On this edition of Lexington Now, voting reform, the library reopens, and progress on Central Bank Center. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of April 12, 2021. This past week, Kentucky got its most significant voting reform in well over a century. Kentucky Secretary of State Michael Adams made the announcement in a press event.
Today is a red letter day for elections in Kentucky. At 10 a.m. this morning, Governor Beshear signed into law House Bill 574, the most significant election reform law in our state since 1891. Literally, the horse and buggy era is the last time that we revisited our election system. That bill makes 7 significant changes. It expands the days to go vote from 1 day to 4. 4 convenient days to vote, including a Saturday for the first time in Kentucky history, something that's great for working people. It provides for vote centers so that voters can vote conveniently at a central location regardless of where they live in their county. It keeps the absentee ballot request portal that works so well in 2020. It keeps the cure process that helps us ensure that voters aren't disenfranchised because their signature looks different today than it did 20 or 30 years ago when they registered to vote. It also allows for us to take further steps to clean up our voter rolls. It's very important to have clean and accurate voter rolls. It bans ballot harvesting. We actually saw an election in North Carolina for U.S. Congress overturned just 2 years ago due to ballot harvesting. They couldn't tell who actually won that election fair and square. And lastly, that bill provides for Kentucky to move universally to paper ballots that we count electronically, all the speed of a quick count with the security of a paper trail. And so that was all just at 10 a.m. this morning. Now it's 11:30, and we have even more to offer today. I'm very pleased to announce that through a grant arranged through a joint partnership of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, the Office of the Secretary of State, and the Lexington Fayette County Urban Government, we are now providing for devices to be allocated at no cost to our county clerks, providing for 2-factor authentication for all logins to the statewide voter registration system. One of the issues I discussed when I was a candidate for this office was my sense that we need to enhance cybersecurity. Obviously, we've done a lot in the last 15 months to make it easier to vote and harder to cheat, but cybersecurity is an issue you can never take your eye off the ball on. My predecessor labored on that issue, and I have as well. About a year ago, we were approached by the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, part of the Beshear administration. They had access to federal grant monies that could be used to improve our election process, and they sought input from our office about how exactly to do that. Especially with Assistant Secretary Jennifer Scutchfield leading the effort. We've worked with the federal government, with the state government, and with the local government here to provide for this to actually become a reality. Here's what it is in English. There are approximately 800 people around the state that have a login access to our voter registration system. Again, at no charge, we're going to be providing devices that provide for 2-factor authentication. The same sort of security that we see in the private sector, we're now finally bringing to our election process. The local government here in Lexington was our first choice to actually administer this grant. The restrictions of this grant at the federal level are that they have to be allocated to and utilized by a local government. This is for a local improvement, not for a statewide body such as my office. So we worked in partnership with Mayor Gorton for the past year to work this out. Mayor Gorton and her government were our first choice for the right county to have the professionalism and competence to implement this program. And so although this is a statewide program that will benefit all 120 counties and their clerks and their logins, it's going to be orchestrated by Mayor Gorton and her team.
2020, of course, was a demanding year for everyone. We had a pandemic that turned the world on its head at times. But we also had local, state, and national elections, and holding elections during a pandemic forced us to think differently about how we voted. I'm very proud of Kentucky, and especially proud of Lexington, as we had safe, secure elections. We worked closely with Fayette County Clerk Don Blevins Jr. to provide ballot drop-off locations, a secure vote counting location, an online feed of activity which our citizens could access, and extensive communications to let everyone know about the changes. Voting was accessible and convenient more than ever before, and it was very successful. We can always continue to think critically and creatively, and this is a great example of that. And I'm happy to join Secretary Adams, along with several state offices and agencies, to enhance our election system safety.
It's been over a year since Lexington's public library system temporarily shut its doors due to the pandemic. It's now reopening. Here's Rob Parnley.
So we closed on Friday, March 13th of 2020, and we were closed essentially until July, when we were opened for curbside service here at Central. We had been running curbside service from July of 2020 until last week, when we opened up for in-person service. Our hours of operation are currently from 11 to 6 p.m., and that is at all locations. So what we've done is kind of condensed the library. We're doing some remodeling on the second floor, so it's currently closed to the public. But we brought down a lot of our high circulating items. So the adult DVD collection is down here as far as feature films. We have children's DVDs, both feature films and nonfiction. Those are out in the atrium area. We also have all of the new books on this floor. So new fiction for adults and teen and children's, new fiction and nonfiction. We brought down some board books, some golden books. Holds are here. We're also taking Kentucky room reservations. So if you wanted to get in your genealogy or you need to do some grants research, that is available. Friends is also open, so by appointment. So if you wanted to come in and browse, if you need to pick up some books for gifts or something like that, you can call them and they'll come in and set up an appointment with you. We're also offering our digital services, which are available 24/7. So if individuals are not comfortable coming into the library, they can go to our homepage and go to our collections and then go to our downloadable resources. You can get magazines, you can get books, you can get basic or audio. So those are all available. And also we continue to provide curbside service. Again, so if you don't feel comfortable coming into the location, or it's just a real quick thing, you can give us a call or you can text and we'll bring the books right out to you on Main Street. We still have computer services available. Like I said, what we wanted to do is try to provide the same experience that we did pre-pandemic, just on one floor. We have 3 computers on the first floor, 2 30-minute terminals and 1 15-minute terminal. So people can come in and do any kind of paperwork or last-minute things, check their email. We offer free printing right now, free copies as well. Our fax scan services are also available to the public. So again, while we are a little bit more condensed than we were, we still try to provide the same services. And if you need a book off the 2nd or 4th floor, one of our staff will go up, pick it up and bring it down to you. So the library in that sense is continuing to operate on all floors. If you could look around, you'll see that we have barriers up for staff. We have the stickers on the floor for social distancing. We have the acrylics up. Everybody's required to wear a mask. We're also limiting the number of people in our building. Right now it's at 10, but we'll probably be moving that up at some points. We just wanted to see how that was going to go. So those are some of the protocols that we have in place. And again, washing your hands hourly and things of that nature, wearing gloves if you want to. All of the protocols that have been in place basically since the start of the pandemic are still in effect. So again, with all of the other safety protocols we have in place, individuals can still use checkout if they don't want to interact with one of the staff here. They just simply go in, type in their library card, their PIN number, and check out their books, and then they're out the door. For more information, you can always go to our website, which is www.lexpublib.org, or just simply type into Google Lexington Public Library. We're the first one.
When we return, a look at the progress on Central Bank Center.
I wear a mask so I can safely fly out of Lexington Airport to go see my grandson.
Because I like grocery shopping and going out shopping with my daughters.
So I can feel safe when I go shopping or go to the grocery.
In memory of my husband, Bill McCann, who was a community leader, and he would have supported this cause.
Help me and wear yours too.
Help me and wear a mask too.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. If you've been anywhere near the middle of downtown, you've no doubt seen huge changes at Central Bank Center, home to Rupp Arena. Bill Owen took camera crews on a tour of the new facility under construction.
This is a project that dates back to 2013, and for our staff, even before that. So this is indeed a big day for our organization. It's also a big day for our staff, and it signals being able to bring some additional of our staff back to work. We lost some time early on in the project with infrastructure relocation, and just if I told you everything that had to be relocated underneath, that was overhead, that had to be relocated underneath the south abutment of the Jefferson Street Bridge, that took a lot of time, and that added some delay on the end of the project. Cancellation of events has allowed us to shorten that, indeed eliminate most of that. So we're looking at the balance of phase one completion, the ballroom, in late May, and then total project completion at the end of January. So we're inside of a year of a project that's been 9 years in development. It's not our first use of the hall. The first use actually was Kentucky National Guard for a yellow ribbon ceremony, and we've had a couple of other uses and have several things lined up coming. And as you stepped out looking down into the grand lobby and ballroom area and the first delivery of meeting rooms, that will all occur in late May with utilization planned. This room is 103,000 square feet. It compares with 66,000 square feet of the old exhibit hall. It's really being received well by potential users, and Visit Lex and Lexington Center Corporation working together to deliver that. With Heritage Hall for exhibitor power and services, all had to come out of the ceiling. In this hall, there's a box that you see in the floor on a 30-foot grid that has electric power, data. The larger boxes have water and drain. So in terms of being more exhibitor friendly, less requirements of our staff to have to get in and run a bunch of devices out of the ceiling, that's one important key. Of course, high-speed internet everywhere. All the lighting is LED, energy saving. The utilization and ease of move in and move out. Previously, Rupp Arena and Heritage Hall had to share loading docks. Now, Rupp Arena's loading docks are down on the arena floor level, on level 1. You're on level 3 of the complex. So we've got our own ease of loading and unloading. The floor loading is beefed up. It's 350 pounds per square foot. So being able to host maximum utilization for weight distribution and things like that. The ceiling is taller. I'll note that there's only, in the 103,000 square feet, there's only one column. And that's so we can divide one of the thirds into two pieces and get the movable partitions in place. So it truly is a state-of-the-art facility. We're still going to be dealing with safety precautions, obviously. But I think it's more of a momentum of our normal business activities and cultural activities returning to a more normal condition. But I think we're probably already in looking at dates for next year for schedule and around conventions that may be being marketed. I think the early study from 2011 on just what our facilities meant, there were over 500 different national organizations that conduct meetings somewhere every year. And we met the needs for about 63% of those 500. Now we meet the needs of almost 90% of those 500. So it's a bigger lake to fish in. You know, because of what we've experienced the last year, competition is really fierce. Visit Lex will tell you that, but we're competing with a brand new product. So that's maybe one of the things that is the silver lining around the cloud.
Reforest the Bluegrass is back. After the in-person plantings were canceled last year, the popular program is back with some modifications for 2021. Chrissy Balding explains.
Well, we're very excited to be offering a hybrid Reforest the Bluegrass for 2021. What that means is we will once again have Reforest at Home, where residents can pick up seedlings at 7 different partner locations. Those will be available the weekends of April 10th, 17th, and 24th from Friday at noon through Sunday. And we'll have a variety of seedlings available. There'll be a little different species each week if they just want to plant them at home in their own yard. But we will also have an in-person limited planting opportunity. Those will be on Saturday, April 10th, April 17th, and 24th from 10 to noon. We will have 3 different locations each weekend, and we're asking folks to sign up. Pre-registration is required for a 30-minute time slot with members of their own households. For folks who have attended Reforest in the past, some people, stay for hours and hours, and some people kind of come and go. So we wanted to make sure as many people as possible had an opportunity to participate. We figure within 30 minutes, and these are just little seedlings. They're short little guys, so you should be able to plant about 20 trees. Planting trees has a number of benefits. It helps with preventing stormwater runoff and erosion. It has wildlife habitat benefits as well. So just all these lovely things that make the bluegrass a greater place to live. Reforest the Bluegrass has been around for over 20 years. In those 21 years, more than 150,000 tree seedlings have been planted. There are some sites that have been visited more than once. Masterson Station, for example, and Heisel Farm Park. So I think we have visited about 17 sites. There's a group that works really closely with Parks and Recreation to determine the best site. We want to make sure in a normal reforest year that there is plenty of parking and it's very accessible. Go to lexingtonky.gov/reforest, and there's all kinds of great information there, including which tree species are available each weekend for the Reforest at Home if they want to plant in their own yard. We do ask, because we have a limited number of trees, that people take no more than 3 trees spread across those weekends. So please don't go and take a whole bucket. And that's also where you can pre-register to participate in the Saturday plantings. We encourage people to come out and get involved. For the in-person plantings, we are requiring masks and social distancing and safety protocols. The Saturday plantings are April 10th, 17th, and 24th. They're happening from 10 to 12, but we are 10 a.m. to noon. We're asking people to sign up for a 30-minute time slot, and they do need to pre-register. We will not accommodate any walk-ups.
The city's popular mulch giveaway is back this weekend. Lauren Monahan has the detail.
Well, we've got a lot of exciting events coming up in April. We also have a special event coming up in May as well that we wanted to tell Lexington residents about today. As you can see, we're at our waste management training facility at 1631 Old Frankfort Pike. This is a multi-use area. It actually used to be a landfill, believe it or not. We're standing on top of an old landfill that we monitor. So we use it for training, as you can see in the background. We also use this area for our community events. We have an event coming up Saturday, April 17th. It's our mulch giveaway. This is an event where we take yard waste material that's been collected by city crews. It's been mulched over a 6-month process, and we give that back to the residents of Lexington at our mulch giveaways. This will be, again, Saturday, April 17th, here at 1631 Old Frankfort Pike. We'll have an entrance through Jimmy Campbell Drive. It's just down the road. We'll have an electronic sign out there, so look for that. We'll have employees throughout the event area to help guide you in the right direction. Now, a special note for COVID-19, we have a special procedure. We're asking all residents who come out to any of our spring events to please remain in your vehicle at all times with your windows rolled up. This will help protect our employees that day, and it will also protect you, the participants in the event. And we'll have 2 ways that you can get mulch that day. We'll have a self-haul pile, so if you just want to fill up a couple little buckets or bags, bring a shovel, and you can fill up in that area, and just let us know when you arrive if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, we can fill up the back of a pickup truck or a trailer with a couple scoops of our mulch. This event is first come, first serve. So we'll begin at 8 a.m. on Saturday, April 17th. So just come on down and get some mulch, and we'd be happy to see you there.
Most urban county government meetings continue to meet virtually, and we bring most of these to you live. Check out our website for the most accurate and up-to-date coverage of city business. We continue to keep you up to date on how the city is handling the pandemic via our official COVID-19 response site, including testing and vaccination sites. Simply click on the banner at the top of our homepage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.